Look up at the night sky. From the ground, space looks calm, silent, and untouched. A vast black ocean scattered with stars. It feels distant, empty, and harmless. But just a few hundred kilometers above your head, Earth is surrounded by something very different. A fast-moving cloud of metal, millions of fragments, invisible bullets orbiting the planet at speeds faster than a rifle shot. This is space debris, and it may be one of the most dangerous problems humanity has ever created. Every satellite launch, every rocket stage, every collision in orbit has left something behind. Bolts, panels, paint flakes, entire dead satellites. None of it disappears. It all stays up there circling Earth again and again, at speeds exceeding 28,000 kilometers per hour. At that speed, even a piece of debris the size of a marble can destroy a satellite. A larger fragment can tear a spacecraft apart. This is not science fiction. This is happening right now. And scientists warn that if we are not careful, space debris could one day trap humanity on Earth permanently. To understand why, we need to understand how we got here. When the space age began, space felt infinite, empty, forgiving. Early missions rarely considered what happened after launch. Rocket stages were abandoned. Satellites were left to drift when they stopped working. Explosions in orbit were treated as isolated events. No one imagined the sky could become crowded. But orbit is not infinite. It is a limited highway. And over time, traffic increased. By the late 20th century, collisions began to occur, intentional and accidental. A satellite hits another object. It shatters. Each fragment becomes a new projectile. Each projectile becomes a new risk. This leads to what scientists call a cascading collision effect. One crash creates debris. That debris causes more crashes. Those crashes create even more debris. The process feeds itself. This scenario is known as the Kessler syndrome, named after the scientist who first described it. In a full cascade, low Earth orbit becomes so dense with debris that launching new satellites becomes nearly impossible. Any spacecraft entering orbit would face an extreme risk of destruction. This is not a distant theory. In 2007, a deliberate satellite destruction test created thousands of fragments. In 2009, an accidental collision between two satellites added thousands more. Many of those fragments are still orbiting Earth today. They will remain there for decades, some for centuries, because there is no air in space to slow them down. Once debris is in orbit, it stays. Now consider how dependent modern civilization is on space. Weather forecasting, GPS navigation, internet infrastructure, military communication, Earth observation, disaster monitoring. Remove satellites and modern life begins to unravel. No accurate navigation, no real-time global communication, no reliable weather prediction. And if debris levels rise high enough, replacing those satellites becomes impossible. This is why space debris is often described as a ticking bomb, not because it explodes suddenly, but because the danger grows silently, collision by collision. What makes this threat especially dangerous is how difficult it is to see. Most debris is too small to track. Radar systems can follow large objects, but millions of smaller fragments remain invisible. They cannot be avoided, they cannot be predicted, they cannot be stopped. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station regularly perform evasive maneuvers to avoid tracked debris. Even then, risk remains. The station itself is shielded, but shielding has limits. Now imagine future missions, space stations, orbital factories, moon gateways, Mars staging platforms.
All of them must pass through Earth's orbital debris field. If that field becomes too dense, the door to space effectively closes. Humanity becomes confined to the surface of its own planet, not by gravity, not by technology, but by trash. Some may ask, why not just clean it up? The answer is complicated. Removing debris is extremely difficult. Each piece moves at orbital speed. Capturing one fragment requires precise tracking, perfect timing, and enormous energy. Miss slightly, and you create more debris instead of less. Several experimental solutions exist: harpoons, nets, lasers, drag sails, but none are deployed at the scale needed. Cleaning up space debris is like trying to remove bullets from mid-air while they are still flying. The cost is enormous, the technical challenge is extreme, and no single nation wants to pay for a problem shared by all. This creates a dangerous stalemate. Everyone benefits from space, everyone contributes to the debris, but responsibility is unclear. Meanwhile, launches continue, more satellites, mega-constellations, thousands of new objects added to orbit every year. Each one increases risk. This raises an uncomfortable question. Are we repeating the same mistakes we made on Earth, using a shared environment as if it were endless? Space feels empty, but it is not immune to pollution. And unlike Earth, there is no natural system to clean it. Once orbit is clogged, there is no reset button. The consequences extend beyond technology. Scientific exploration would suffer, astronomy would lose platforms, human expansion beyond Earth would slow dramatically. Mars missions would face higher risk, moon bases would become harder to supply. The future we imagine, humanity as a spacefaring civilization, depends on clean access to orbit. Without it, our species remains grounded. This is why space debris is not just an engineering problem, it is a civilizational one. The decisions made today will shape humanity's relationship with space for centuries. The good news is that the outcome is not yet fixed. Deorbiting satellites at end of life, designing spacecraft to burn up safely, international agreements, active removal missions, but these require cooperation, long-term thinking, and restraint, things humanity does not always excel at. So here is the real question. Will we treat orbit as a shared responsibility, or will we continue using it until it becomes unusable? Will future generations inherit a clear path to the stars, or a ring of debris that keeps them locked on Earth? Space does not forgive carelessness, it only remembers momentum, and right now, that momentum is not slowing down. If this topic made you stop and think, that's exactly why it matters. Like this video, share it with someone who believes space is limitless, and subscribe to Wiseuse for serious space documentaries explained clearly, without the hype. Because the future of humanity in space may depend on what we do next.